Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn about psychology. So what is psychology? In your concept, what do you think is psychology? You can comment in the video below. So today let's talk about psychology. Psychology is the scientific study of mind and behavior. So it is vast and multifaceted field because it includes many fields like biology, philosophy, anthropology, linguistics, and many more. And actually, it is used to understand and explain how people think, feel, and act. Psychologists, usually those people who study psychology, use scientific methods to investigate a wide range of topics. So it can be the basic topics as well as complex topics. So in basic topics, they talk about the cognitive process like memory and perception. And in complex topic, they talk about social behavior, mental health disorders, and human development across the lifespan. So, what are the main goals of psychology? If we talk about the main goals of psychology, there usually comes the question, right? Two or three or four goals of psychology. So, major goals are to describe, to explain, to predict, and to change the behavior and mental process. So, when we say describe, explain, predict, and change behavior, what does it mean? I want to clarify it with an example. I think it will be more helpful to understand the goals of psychology. The first goal of psychology is to describe a behavior that involves observing and recording what is happening. For example, a psychologist observes a group of teenagers and notes that they spend an average hour of 4 to 6 hours a day on social media platforms. So they usually view short form videos and interact through likes and comments. So here these all things are the descriptive account of their behavior or group of teenagers. So in the second step, that observed behavior is explained. So usually it involves forming hypotheses about why the behavior occurs. Okay, the person or the group of teenagers, they are in social media platform for 4 to 6 hours. But why that behavior occurs? So psychologists hypothesizes the teenagers heavy social media use. So what he try to explain here is maybe it is because of the desire for social validation and connection, or maybe because of the reward based systems like likes and comments. Because these like and comments, which act as a reward system, triggers the hormone dopamine, and they are trying to explain why behind the behavior. So the next goal is to predict the behavior. Okay, the behavior is descriptive, then it is explained, and then the psychologist can attempt to predict that behavior which might occur in future, but in what condition it might occur, psychologists try to predict that behavior. So based on the explanation, psychologists predict that maybe that teenagers, the group of teenagers feel lonely, they're highly sensitive to the peer approval, and because of that also they spend excessive time on social media. Now, this can also lead to introduction of new highly engaging social media features which increase in overall usage. After describing, explaining, and predicting behavior, definitely psychologists try to change the behavior or the mental process. That means to influence the behavior in a positive way. So, it is often taken, this goal is often taken as the therapeutic or applied aspect of psychology because psychologists develop a program where he or she can help teenagers manage their social media use. So the program might involve educating them about psychological effects of social media, teaching them coping strategies for seeking social validation and in real life interaction, and encouraging them to set a screen time limits. So the goal is to change the behavior from excessive use to a healthier and more balanced life. Now, why psychology is taken as a scientific discipline? The major reason is that it uses empirical research methods like experiments, surveys, case studies, and they collect data. Also, after collecting data, they analyze the data. After analyzing data, they draw reliable and valid conclusions about human behavior. Because of that, also it is taken as scientific discipline. Now, so what are the scopes of psychology? Psychology is interdisciplinary field because it draws insight from various fields, that is they are biology, neuroscience, sociology, anthropology, linguistics, and philosophy. Also, it explores both conscious and unconscious phenomena as well as behavior of humans and non-humans. That means animals. Now, talking about the branches of psychology, there are numerous subfields and there are numerous specializations within the psychology. So, what are those subfields? Some of major subfields I have tried to include here. The first one is clinical psychology. It mainly focuses on mental disorders, psychological distress, where it is more into assessment of the disorder, diagnosis, and treatment. And the next one is cognitive psychology. It is all about investigating internal mental process such as problem solving, memory, language, and attention. And the next one is developmental psychology. It is mainly about studying how people grow and change throughout their lives from infancy to old age. Next one is social psychology. If you want to know more about social psychology, I have already made a video. You can see it in my YouTube channel. So it examines how individual thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are influenced by social interaction and the presence of others. The presence can be actual also, it can be implied also, or it can be imaginative as well. So the next branch is forensic psychology. Usually, it applies psychological principles to the legal and criminal justice issues. The next one is industrial organizational psychology, which is very important in the workplace to improve productivity and job satisfaction. And the next one is neuropsychology, which explore the relationship between the brain functions and our behavior. So why psychology is theoretical as well as applied? Psychology has both theoretical and applied side because some of the psychologists they conduct research, they find information about those research and they create a theory to understand human mind and behavior. Also, there are many practitioners who are applying this psychological knowledge to help groups and organizations address the real world problems. So these are the references which are important in learning psychology. If you are interested in learning psychology and want to learn more, you can go through these references. And thank you so much for watching this video. I'll also bring next video on similar topic. Till then, thank you. Bye.